Hi everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Jensa, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. Accessory sets in Lineage 2 Revolution is going to be my main focus for the video today. But today is also pretty exciting. We had an update drop, gave us some new levels to some of the dungeons, some new events, a new world boss, not world boss, a new area boss. So we're going to talk about all that toward the end of the video. But like I said, what I really want to talk about today is accessory sets. I'm the leader of a clan named the Galifam, and we are pretty open, somewhat casual, but we're very accepting of new players. And one of the questions I get a lot is what accessory sets people should be using. That can be a pretty complex question considering the all the classes and races and specializations for each. That's available as you go through your class transfer quest. So it can get a little specific, and there are 6 accessory sets in the game. Each one does something a little bit different, obviously. So I thought we'd go through and kind of talk about them. Accessory sets can be really hard to put together, especially to get a full set together and leveled up. It can take a lot of work to find them or to wait around till you get monthly rewards and choose them from a selection box or something like that, as well as getting upgrade stones to upgrade them all and then leveling them up, obviously. It's very difficult, and things like combining and stuff like that don't work great because you always risk that it turns into any one of these 6 sets when you combine. So once you get the piece you want, you really have to kind of stick with it until you get the upgrade stones and everything, and it can take quite a while to put a good set together. So if you start from the beginning working on that, it really helps to kind of know where you want to end. The other side of that, obviously, is you may simply decide to go with the set that you get the most pieces of early on and just stick with it because it is so difficult. But maybe as you get more toward end game and spend more time playing the game, you want to really work on getting a set that's great for you. So we're going to kind of walk through each set and talk about the benefits of it and what sorts of classes might really use it. Being that these sets are hard to put together, I don't have all of them, obviously, so I thought what better way to start this than to go through and see what's being used sort of at the top of the leaderboards, and then we can go from there. So let's go ahead and start. As you see here, what I have up is rank by combat power. Many of these same people are obviously at the top of the rank by level and other things, because all of that's going to kind of go hand in hand. But we're going to just start at the top with Skeleton Jack and see what he's using. You can see he has kind of a mixed set here of Arbor and Nason. Arbor and Nason and Elvin are really, if you go through the top 20 people, those are probably the 2 most common, most popular sets. I really like Arbor. That's what I use. Arbor is a great all-around set. I think it helps a lot of different classes, and part of the reason you can see here is that it gives accuracy and crit buffs. It gives you attack speed increase. That helps you keep combos going and things like that to get all the extra bonuses. As you can see, if you get the full set, you get a lot of power increase, a lot of damage increase. That crit rate and that accuracy rate really do help, especially if you're a ranged unit, or even a mid-range unit. Somebody maybe who moves around a lot, the Arbor set is really going to help you out. The Nason set is another great set. This one is, again, pretty popular with some of the top players. This one gives you a speed boost that's really helpful. If you can get in a few extra movements, a few extra attacks, whatever the case may be, as you can see, it's got the speed here. It's also got the speed increase rate here, in addition to the experience gain rate. That always helps, especially when you're leveling your character up, and the penetration. If we look at the set bonuses, again, you have your crit rate, your final damage increase, your accuracy rate. Nason is really a high level set, something that's really going to be useful to you um, as you progress higher and higher in the game. A lot of these will give you an upper hand over another character who maybe hasn't developed some of those things in other ways, or even if you're not developing them in other ways, say through the codex or whatever, you can get a really quick, rapid boost by equipping a nascent set. Um, so let's go through. As you can see, Skeleton Jack kind of has a mixed set there, which you don't see a lot. I'm not sure if he did that specifically for the buff from that Nason, which, like I said, those are pretty good for you, especially in PvP and things like that, which I know he's into. But if you look at most people, they're going to have some kind of full set. So if we go look at, say, Reagan, he's got a full Nason set there. If we look at GG Thanks from Paragon, he's got an Elven set. This is going to be your other very popular set at the top of the leaderboards. Elven kind of gives you the highest attack buffs. It does have the lowest defense buffs. But one of the great things with Elven is this stun resist. That can really give you an upper hand again in PvP, even against some of the bosses, some of the elite monsters that have stun abilities. If you can resist those one or two stuns that people are expecting, you're going up against somebody like a treasure hunter who has back-to-back-to-back stuns, or even somebody who has only maybe one stun effect, and they're really counting on that to get the upper hand on you. If you can resist one of those stuns, that really comes in handy. The other things you get again from the set bonus are the MP increase rate, the accuracy increase, the crit rate, and the final damage increase. So again, you can see, like I said, these kind of 2 or 3 sets that the very top level players are using. Those have some pretty interesting things in common as far as resisting, accuracy, and crit. Those are going to really give you the upper hand against other players if you're into PvP. Even in, like I said, some of the world bosses, some of the elite monsters, it's going to give you the upper hand as well. The next one I want to talk about is the Black Ore set. Let's see, who did we have that was using that? Let's see, I know. Let me go back to levels. I think that's where I found it. The Black Ore set, I know Bosa was using it. Let's see if we can find him. Bosa of Ascension uses a Black Ore set. So let's go take a look at that. The Black Ore set is another one that can be good for PvP. It's not used quite as widely. This one, at least in personal experience, I found is very difficult to get the pieces for. I don't know if it's an actual thing where the drop rate or reward rate on it is low, or if it's just my personal luck. But I don't see a lot of these pieces around, so for him to have a full set of Black Ore is pretty impressive. Again, this one has the critical resist rate, a big one on there. It also has the HP drain, the abnormal status resist, so resists a lot of special effects, things like maybe slowing and things like that. And it has the attack speed increase. And again, getting those 1 or 2 extra attacks in can make the difference between winning or losing a battle. If we look at the set bonuses, again, we have the MP increase, the accuracy, the crit, final damage. All sounds pretty familiar, right? So again, Black Ore is a little bit more rare as far as usage, especially at the top of the boards. Again, I'm not sure if that's because it's simply rare in-game or what. That's been my experience, but I don't know for sure that's what's going on with it. So again, before I get on to the last 2 sets, to go over that again, your Nason and your Elven are really the most popular sets here at the top of the leaderboards, but you do have very high level characters like Galadin, Galadon, like Skeleton Jack, that are using the Arbol sets as well. Again, that's my personal favorite. I am, a casting character. I do move around a lot. I do try to keep a little bit more distance um, from the monsters that I'm fighting or the people that I'm fighting. So to have that, attack speed increase, um, and the experience gain as well, I really love that. But to get the crit, the accuracy, and the final damage, those really help me out a lot. Um, all right, the last two that we haven't talked about yet are Moonstone and Phoenix, and one of the reasons for that is that I really wasn't able to find people using these a whole heck of a lot. So if you'll bear with my sort of very low tech um, thing here, we're going to take a look at just quick pictures of these and talk about them a little bit, and a little bit about maybe why they are not that popular. Um, amongst players. So this is the Phoenix set. Has a red jewel in it. Um, the Phoenix set has, it's pretty balanced. It's good for solo. The main thing about it is it has that slowing resist effect. I don't know if you've ever been fighting, a mob or something, and you go to run around a little bit and find that your character can't actually run. He's just going to be walking. This will help you resist that. It doesn't give, a huge boost to anything like crit or anything like that. It's what I've seen in my research and kind of looking at the stats myself. Again, this is good if you're maybe going to do more PvE, or solo a lot of things rather than being in parties and stuff like that. Has a little bit higher, defense and things than some of the other sets give you. Moonstone is going to be kind of the same way. If I can get my picture of that one up. Your Moonstone with these sort of sky blue jewels in them. They're going to give you the highest defensive buffs, but the lowest attack buffs. Really good for tanks and healers, which may be why you don't see them sort of at the top of the leaderboards, but can be very important in, say, a guild raid, not guild, clan dungeons. I can't talk this morning, so just bear with me. In clan dungeons, or maybe even if you're doing a siege or something like that, you need healers and tanks, and somebody has a set of these, it can be really, really good for you. So those are the 6 accessory sets and sort of my thoughts on them. If you think I've missed anything or I'm just completely off base on anything, feel free to leave some comments below. But the other thing I want to go over real quick today is we did have a pretty exciting update today. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that one of the things I lamented when the 180 update came out was the lack of additional levels to dungeons. And what we got today was exactly that. We got a very hard level to Temple Guardian, which unlocks at level 146. As you can see, I am exactly at level 146, so I'm able to get into that one. I'm going to go ahead and try it out a little bit later today and see how I do. In the previous level on Temple Guardian, it had gotten kind of boring. Just putting my character on auto, we were getting, triple S scores with like a minute left to go. Because you can see the level there was 89 suggested for that, required for that. And really, it just wasn't any kind of a challenge anymore. Didn't have to collect any buffs or anything like that. So again, I'm looking forward to kind of getting into this very hard. You can see the rewards go from an S box to an R box, and we'll see what we get in the chest there. Another one that we got new levels on was the Trials of Experience. A very hard level to that as well. Doesn't unlock until 150, so I've got probably another day or two till I can do that. You take a look, it has a little bit maybe more difficult monsters to deal with than in the lower level. We've got the Underworld Knight. We've got the Underworld Lord. So those are going to be interesting to see. Both of those are demon types. I think those are the main. Well, we had the the Hell Lord in the previous one. So we're getting a couple of different monsters there. You can see the clearance reward goes from 24 to 29. Obviously, that's just the base. If you get good scores on them, I'm kind of anxious to see what those total rewards will be. So, and the last one is the Summoning Circle. We got a hard level to that as well. It doesn't unlock until 152. But as you can see, you get the large advancement stone box and the high grade fragment box. Compared to here, you got a medium stone box and a regular fragment box. So that should really help level up mounts more quickly. I'm going to really work hard on getting my levels up, continue to do that, and get to unlock some of these dungeons and start really racking up on the rewards, hopefully. One of the other things we got was a new field boss today. Oops, I didn't mean to click go now. Let's just go take a look at Marcia. And I'm sorry, I can't think about this character without having Brady Bunch flashbacks. But obviously a little darker there than what you might expect from the Brady Bunch. Marcia recommended combat power is 702,000. I can tell you right now, in the past, I've really struggled with Stanoa. I haven't really gone in and fought her much. I may start trying to do that, as you know, there are larger groups now. People are showing up to take her out when they spawn every 4 hours, so I may try to do that. Maybe get some footage of that. May even pop by Marcia and get a little footage of that. I doubt, you know, with it being 300,000 combat power above where I am at the moment, she's going to be a little tough. So I'm probably not going to be fighting her for a little while yet, but it is exciting always to get a new boss, and as you move from area to area, to have new ones to see and to go up against and test yourself. So all pretty exciting stuff today. There's new events and everything going on for Valentine's Day, some new login events, new web events, a lot of stuff going on right now. If you're playing, I really suggest you go through and read through some of these, what the prizes are, what you want to put your time and effort into, so that you can really, some of these rewards are pretty good, especially if you're still trying to build up sets and things. Getting all these S level rewards, upgrade stones always come in handy. Looks like some of this might be for Adina. That's always a choke point here. So a lot of interesting stuff going on this month. I hope you're enjoying playing the game and enjoying these videos. And if there's anything you'd like to say or like to see in a future video, go ahead and leave a comment. Thank you again for stopping by. I hope you have a great day.